Hello and welcome to Triple C Rated podcast from Ziangs Food Workshop, where we talk about food, mainly East and Southeast Asian food, but we can talk about anything as long as it's edible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is my mum, Choo. If you're watching at home, to my left, and on my right is my wife, Lydia.
Hello.
So we'll just get into it today.
Yeah.
Also,
please.
quickly, just sorry. Do you guys prefer the longer format, or should we break up the episodes? Because at the moment they're about an hour and 10 minutes. Should I break them up into sort of like 25-minute episodes, or keep them as the long format? Comment if, especially on YouTube, because you can comment on YouTube. But if you're watching this on any other platform and you can comment, please comment and let us know. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
1 hour is quite a bit
It's long,
isn't it?
Yeah, I get
25 minutes.
I love the sound of my own voice, and even I can't listen to me for an hour and a half.
Well,
That's true. Yeah, I could,
yeah.
and I do. So,
Ready?
yep.
Okay. Deb Hellier would like to know if there's a difference between cooking salt and table salt.
Would you like to take this one, Ma?
Yeah, there is.
No, go on, because I know the actual difference. I want to know if you do. So.
Yeah. One is called table salt.
Oh, I
It's
knew
table
it.
salt.
I knew it.
Is that the difference you know as well?
No,
No, table salt is lighter.
finer.
Yeah.
So, table salt is ground finer, and cooking salt is the same salt but coarser. And sea salt is just from evaporated
From the sea.
from the sea, and cooking and table salt is usually ionized salt, which just means it's a purer salt.
Yeah.
So I hope that answers that question. That was a nice quick one.
Yep. Naomi Ford would like to know if there's an easy way or perhaps a method to regulating temperatures whilst deep frying in a wok. Which is quite a good one, actually.
That is quite a good one. Your experience of, you don't really deep fry, do you, Babas?
What? No.
No. So,
Well, I guess I do the donuts.
yeah. So how would you regulate the oil temperature?
I haven't figured it out yet.
So,
Just sort of hope for the best and hope they don't burn.
You have to have a lot of oil in the wok, isn't it?
the best is having, so your wok full of oil, because that maintains the temperature of the oil steady. So when you put, let's say if you want it up to 180 degrees C, right, Mum?
Yeah.
When you put things in there, it's going to cool the oil, right?
Yes.
But having more oil means that the temperature won't drop, and it will regulate easier to stay the same temperature. There is a catch-22 with this, though. So if you put your stuff into the oil and there is too much oil, the temperature won't drop that much, and the oil will just get hotter and hotter, and you'll end up burning. So it's a mix between actually physically changing the power on your cooker, and gauging by your eye how quickly something is burning. Also, another good tip, we don't do this obviously because we do it every day, so we know that we can. It's just second nature to us. But having a second jug of cold oil, so if you do notice that the oil has got too hot too quickly, you can pour some cold oil into it, and that will bring down the temperature very fast.
Yeah.
But you've got to use that sparingly, because you put too much cold oil into it, you just have cold oil and your food will go stodgy, greasy. Yeah. Any other methods you can think of?
Well, me, I think get a little deep fat fryer.
I was literally, I knew that was going to come out your mouth. Or buy a small deep fat fryer, which I will link for the YouTube one. Can you write that down on there so I can remember to do that? Because I think I said that last time and I haven't. I will link the small one that we actually use at home and sometimes at work if the main fryers are overworked, I should say. Actually, no, we used to use it for vegetarian stuff, but it meant having on all day long and no one used it.
Effective.
Yeah. Anyway, but deep fat fryer is by far the best way because it's got thermostat on there.
Yeah.
But if you're using a wok to deep fry in, an extra jug of cold oil. Also having a probe, temperature probe, so you can always know what
the temperature is.
Yeah. Also how fast the ingredients are bubbling. I know that doesn't make sense, but if the bubble is slow, it means the oil has dropped in temperature, and you probably need to turn it up. And if it's really fast, it's probably too hot, and you're going to burn it, so you need to turn the temperature down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You got anything to add?
Answer your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one.
Days would like to know, after velveting or marinating beef or chicken slices, can these be frozen before cooking to allow large batch prep? If yes, do they need to defrost before cooking? If not, can they be frozen after cooking and then recook later?
So,
Normally.
yeah, in a nutshell, yes.
Okay.
When you cut them, you velvet them, and then you put them into like what we would do for home use is we put them into a food bag, put a portion into the food bag, flatten it out with your hand, so you've essentially got like a sheet of meat. Place them on top of each other on a plate, and then put them in the freezer. And then you take out a slab at a time that you want, and defrost it. Don't cook it from frozen. You can cook it from frozen if you're going to be doing like a broth that's going to be cooking for more than 30, 40 minutes. But I would always defrost it first.
Yeah, that's best.
Yeah. If you're stir frying with it, always defrost it first, because what will happen is you will have the outside will go really dry. Well, it can never really go dry if you velvet it, but it will be quite dry and probably burn, especially if you've got garlic powder in it, before the inside's cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Velveting, freeze it. Yeah, just defrost it when you cook your bits. Other, whatever, veg or what, and just put in the last bit of your cooking and then heat it all up to the temperature and then serve.
Yeah. And all
Do that way as well.
yeah. What we do in takeaways is we just put them in large plastic containers, don't we? And then we freeze them and then defrost them as when we need them, because we'll use one tub in a day easy, especially if it's beef. Also,
He said what? He's saying velvet. It's already cooked or not cooked velvet.
no, velveting is not. So velveting
Yeah.
is the process you do to make the beef or the meat tender.
Oh.
So you've got two kinds. You know the two kinds of velveting. You've
yeah.
got the.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
So you've got the one that you do for the beef, which is
yeah.
I call a wet velvet, and then you have the poached velvet, where you velvet the chicken first, poach it, and then you use the chicken.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I got it all mixed up.
But you know.
Yeah. I know what I know what I mean. I got it mixed up.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I think. Anything to add to that, Babas?
No.
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 I did say defrost and put it in. Just forget what I say, okay? Forget what I say.
No, you did say defrost it.
Yeah. I thought it was already cooked.
Oh, but if you are doing the poached cooked version, like this, like the steamed, like the steamed meat, you freeze that after it's poached, then defrost it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
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 You sure about that?
Got it. We got it. Got
Yeah.
it sorted.
It's because we never do the poached version ever. We've always done like the wet velvet and cook it from wet velveting. But like I said, not many chefs are doing that, because you really need to know how to use the wok to stop it from sticking, which is why you see a lot of TikTok chefs, when they cook with a wet velvet, they essentially just deep fry it in oil.
Yeah, lots of
Oil, and then they take it out and drain it. We don't. That's more of a American. It's more of an that's more done internationally than it is in England. Whereas in England, normally it's just like that bought-in pre-steamed stuff, or the poached version, not the wet. But if you know what you're doing, your wok's well seasoned. You can cook it straight into the wok.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Jackie would like to know, what would be your last supper and who would you get to cook it for you, or would you insist on cooking it yourself?
We get this. We've been asked this a few times, and my answer has always been KFC. I think I'd change that now.
Why?
Why? Because I was thinking the other day, I think KFC's brilliant, right? But I think I would prefer steamed rice and actually good Chinese roast duck with the sauce.
No. KFC. We can get the duck anytime we want. We don't live in Taunton.
I think I prefer the duck with steamed rice, yeah. You? KFC?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd want my uncle to cook it as well. Because he has his own duck roast house in Brunei. And his duck is very, very good.
Saying that, chicken rice with fried egg is really good.
Yeah, I think you said that last time, actually. I'm pretty sure you said chicken rice.
Or KFC chicken rice.
Yeah, I mean, that. You know, who would you get to cook it?
You.
Okay. Cheers. I'm about to die too. Now I've got to do that.
That's all right. You won't know after you're dead.
Yeah, Phil.
What about you?
Me? Wow. I've got lots. All in one. Poached chicken, chicken feet, roast duck, roast pork. All those yummy, gummy things.
There's always one that can't pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them all. Just enjoy food.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
You couldn't pick one?
No, I can't pick one. No, I'm not. I cannot leave those alone.
You can't leave them alone.
I'll be sad if I not pick them.
Fair enough.
Fair one.
Yeah, you could call it the mixed meat platter. Yeah.
Oh, no, the
Yeah.
mixed meat platter is legit. So
Yeah.
I don't know if many of you have ever been to like a roast house before. In London, most restaurants have like the roast section, and the mixed meat platter is just the three roast meats. So you have your silyak, your
Siu
sorry,
and Char Siu.
tassao, and kaoyak.
Yeah.
That's a roast duck, cold roast duck. And then you have like this, essentially like a mother sauce with it.
Yeah.
And then you just eat that with rice, and it's just so good. That
So
is what
good.
I'd choose, yeah, actually.
Yeah, all right. We'll all go for that.
Yeah.
On the lines of the roasted meats, Tom Uslak would like to know, can you discuss preparing classic Chinese roast duck, goose, pork, please? What is the demand like for it, and is it worth the hassle from a ROI POV, whatever that is?
Return of investment point of view.
From a business perspective, do you need large gas-fired ovens to obtain the crispy skin? And he said, see Yummy Oliver for the stuff that I'm talking about, but I think you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video yet, but I think he linked a video.
Oh.
So I just copy and pasted that just before.
Fully down to you then.
Yeah. I didn't take the, I didn't copy and paste the link. So,
Oh, you mean Jamie Oliver done one roast duck?
I don't know, Mum,
Oh,
but that
okay.
face, you weren't happy about that, were you?
I mean, he probably has done a roast duck,
Should
but
we
this
do
is
a-
not the same guy.
Oh.
Maybe we should find that and do a reaction video.
What? Jamie Oliver?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably be a good one.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What was that gentleman asking about?
The good sir.
Sir Tom.
Yeah.
He was asking about Chinese roast duck, goose, and pork, and if there's demand for it, and if no. So there's no demand, so there's no need to do it. No.
For
Well-
who? For us?
No, he was asking like sort of okay. So if there's demand, and is it worth the hassle? And do you need the big ovens for it?
The oven have to be a special oven, not just your domestic oven. You know,
Yeah, you need like this. You need something with a dome shape.
like a cylinder.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can actually, and I didn't realise this the other day, but I saw Ping Coombs do the roast duck in one of those egg things. You know, I
Air
think
fry.
Oh, those
Dave Williams. No, not air fryer.
Those ones everyone's going crazy for.
Yeah, I haven't tried it in the air
I
fryer.
like
Maybe
hammered.
we should try it in the air fryer. We'll try it in an air fryer and see if that works. But I have a feeling that's not going to work.
No.
But you can, in those special egg ones, I don't know what they're called. There's a specific brand and they're ridiculously expensive. But because it's domed.
Was it good?
It looked really good, yeah. I never tasted it,
you did not taste it, though. It looked good. It might not be all right from picture.
No, that's true. But, I mean, she is champion of champions of Manchestershire.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. You're correct. It didn't, but the skin looked correct, and you're right. I couldn't check the texture with my hands, but it looked correct. You can tell by the shine whether it's going to be the right kind of skin or not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it looks like it worked.
How much is one of that thing?
About $2.5
Yeah.
Oh.
You go and say it how it is, man. Go on. It's fine. You just want to say, "Oh, fuck off," don't you?
Fuck that.
I think you can get like knockoff brands for £500.
Yeah.
I did think about it, but £500 for a barbecue that is way too small for us.
Yeah.
Isn't
When
it?
you can roast
one
one duck,
duck,
it's
no
just
thank
not worth it.
They're not designed for roasting ducks. It's just that's what she used that for. Is
What
to
is
roast
it designed for?
It's a barbecue. Well, can I?
Oh,
Hold
on.
I thought I saw something like that.
You saw something like what?
Is that like a does it rotate?
No. See, it's the fact that it has the dome over the top, so the
How
air
big
can.
is it though?
They're called big green eggs.
I heard about it.
Well, that one is anyway.
I seen it, but I forgot how it looked now.
So they essentially look exactly like a tiny duck oven, except they're made of ceramic. I think. Yeah, that's a good picture. Right there.
Oh, it's quite small though, isn't it?
Yeah,
How do they put the duck then?
It's that opens up and the grill's there.
So where do they hang that duck then?
They don't. It wasn't hung. She put it in a tray and then roasted
In
it
a
in a
tray.
tray.
So one piece.
So the
of it
underside,
must
yes.
be
So the
not
underside
crispy
isn't
then.
going to be crispy. Yes.
Yeah, no good then. Definitely, I won't buy that. No.
But
you
you
need
can.
to hang that duck to be crispy.
That's
then.
1,800, that one.
No.
Yeah, it's not worth it, is it?
No, not worth
I
it.
could buy a motorbike with that.
But probably it's showing off, you know.
Well, a lot of things with that. It doesn't have to be a motorbike.
It doesn't have to be, but it
Yeah.
will be.
No, I think if you want to do a really, for that amount of money, you would want to have the proper one, you know, all the skin are crispy.
Well, you can buy them a small one that will roast 4 ducks on
Is it?
AliExpress for £300.
Is it?
Yeah, because I nearly bought
I'd
one.
like to buy that then.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, £300. Yeah, I would. Not 1,800. Still couldn't even make the whole duck crispy. All around, just only one top side is crispy. The other part would be soggy.
Yeah.
If that one, I would buy that.
Yeah.
300, I can afford, not 3,000.
I think it's a coal one.
What?
It's
You need to put the coal regulating.
Or it might be gas. I don't know.
Oh, okay then.
If it's not gas, you can always make it to be gas.
Gas, you can use the what do you call them? The
Natural gas.
not natural gas, no.
No.
I mean the
No,
color
I'm not-
gas.
Yeah, that's natural gas.
Yeah. Oh, I
It's
thought
not-
you mean natural gas from the pipe.
I think it's natural gas, isn't it? No, I think you're
The
right.
gas cylinder.
I think
That's
you're
the
right. I
word
think
for
natural
it.
gas is the stuff that comes from the
pipes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Right.
So he said he wanted to discuss the preparation. Essentially, if you're for a small business, no, it's not worth the time and effort. Especially when you can get high quality duck bought in and it's already roasted. Like in terms of Chinatown in London, if you don't do it, you're going to be on the back foot because everyone does it. Personally, for us, we actually looked at starting to do it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And the duck you need the duck you get in England is a breed that is a mix of Breslin and mallard, mixed between mallard and is called the Peking duck or the American Peking duck. That's usually what's 99% sold throughout all butcheries in the UK.
They're very tough. Like old boots.
Yeah, Well, and the duck you do need is the American Peking duck.
Yeah, they're special breed.
They're the ones you see that with the white feathers and the really yellow beaks. And the meat itself, if you roast it without any seasoning whatsoever, you taste it and you go, right, that's 50% of the flavour that I'm missing right there. It tastes like pâté.
Yeah.
Without having to do...
It's so tender. It's just like the when you get a really good steak with those marble line in it, that's what you're missing on that duck in the UK supermarket shelf.
Yeah. Well, it's deliberate. Yeah, I think they would... I can't remember why they... Anyway, you just can't get it. That's half your battle. We can get it, and we costed it up, and one whole duck that's unroasted...
Just sell it for £50 to get your margin back. Yeah, well, otherwise it's just not worth it.
17, nearly £20 for one duck. It's just... It's ridiculous, isn't it? And that's frozen.
Yeah.
That's frozen.
You couldn't even get a fresh one.
Yeah, so in terms of return of investment, if we don't sell that, it's a massive loss. And for us as a small company, not worth it. If we were in a city, probably I would. But if I was like in a main place, even like in the suburbs of a city, it wouldn't be worth it. You know, it'd have to be, especially when you can buy good quality or pre-roasted duck for half that price.
Yeah, I think even in Bristol, it's still quite a lot of the ethnic people. It's still not worth doing that.
Oh, you'd say that though. Most like the Dragon's delicacy.
Yeah, it's only them, but outside, no one really do it.
Not anymore.
No, because it's not cost effective. It's not enough food for people wanting it.
I think as well, it doesn't help when like a lot of the time Chinese restaurants don't describe it, so they'll say free roast meat. And they'll just say roast duck, blah 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 blah. It won't explain the duck is 48-hour aged, and then they won't say the skin is prepared, blah 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 by blah blah blah, which is why it's so tender and delicious. Where a lot of people will go and just think it's going to be that roast duck that they get shredded up and then put into the chow mains, which isn't the same kind of duck.
No, it's not.
But it's the same breed of duck. It's not the same flavour of...
Method of cooking is different.
Yeah.
Hope that answer your question.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if we did answer it.
We just want to tell you what we think.
There was goose and pork on there, like preparing.
Goose is even out of the way. Goose is more expensive than duck.
And the pork itself is fairly cheap, but there's a lot of prep behind the pork. You're talking 72 hours for the pork. 48 for duck, 72 for pork, for good skin. If you're going to do it traditionally, you can actually do it in an air fryer, and it's all right, and it only takes about 3 hours in total, and you'll get really good crispy skin. But
you get dry at the edges, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, I hope that's answered that question.
Right, another one from Naomi. What's the easiest way to cook multiple dishes at once, and what's good to reheat, and what's best freshly cooked? So, easiest way to cook multiple, good to reheat, best to fresh cook.
That's difficult. So, fresh cooked is... Go on, do you want to answer this? I keep jumping in. People always tell me I talk too much.
No, why? Come on, get over here. We want to talk. Okay?
Don't worry, Mum, it's all right. I do talk too much.
You, aren't they?
Don't be mean, okay? Be nice. Be kind. Right. You can explain it.
You go. What would you say? We'll go and take it in turns.
Okay.
You say one thing and I'll say another thing. So, what's the only things that you can really... So, if we were making food for people, what would be the last thing we'd cook?
The vegetable.
I'd never cook vegetables, so I'm going to say...
Me is the last one.
For me, the last...
So last is the veg. The veg don't keep too long.
For me, it's anything with veg in that has a sauce I normally do last. Because that can go thin.
Or just for instance, if I'm going to have friends over for one evening, if you have your roast pork, or while you were roasting your pork, you need to stand. After you finish roasting your pork or the belly pork, you need to leave it stand to cool down before you can cut. And while you're leaving your pork to stand, and you can do your other bit then.
Yeah.
I'm not explaining
No, you are. I just don't think that most people are going to be doing the crispy roast pork at home.
Okay.
Because that's like restaurant quality food, whereas most takeaways aren't going to be doing that. And when I mean takeaways, I mean they don't have a sit-down area, aren't going to be doing that. So most restaurants you can take away, I'm just saying.
The sweet and sour then?
For what? First?
Sweet and sour, you deep fry the sweet and sour bowl, your sauce is already chicken or whatever. Your chicken, you can make your sauce ready, and then you tend to warm it up, You can dip, for the dipping sauce, it can be cold or warm.
Yeah.
You probably explain it better than I could.
No, you did a good job there. I'm just saying, what would you cook if you're going to do Chinese takeaway at home for Johnny and Leslie? In what order?
I would cook the noodle, because the noodle can stand. You have to have it put on your oven. Then once you cook, you can cook your fried rice, put in your oven.
Yeah.
And then after that, you cook your chicken chow mein if you like.
Yeah.
And then another one. The last one, if you're stir fry veg. 3 items.
So you're going to do chow mein
There's going to be nothing left for us to eat once Johnny and Elsie
and veg
Yes.
and chicken chow mein.
Yeah.
So you're going to have soft noodles, chicken chow mein, and vegetables.
Yeah.
You've never just cooked that ever. What are you?
There's always some sort of fish or prawn on there as well.
Okay, so what? Yeah, there is, isn't there? What would you do?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm not very good at the multiple cooking.
Yeah, but
I don't really like Chinese takeaway.
Yeah, but in theory, what would you do?
Maybe a fried noodle of some sort.
Yeah.
Maybe like a beef chow mein, because that's easy to do, and then just let it sit. Maybe ribs, because that can, if you've got all the sauce over it, that can sit as well. Chicken balls, because then the sauce as well on the side, that's an easy one to just either reheat at the end.
That's what you said first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
The steamed rice you just put in a rice
steamed
cooker.
rice. I'll
just let it sit itself. Yeah.
And maybe like a fried vegetable or something.
Yeah, to finish it
Like
off.
mixed veg.
Yeah, that's really good. Yes. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
So
No one cares what you want.
won't bother then.
No. Oh, duck.
Duck, yeah, because you
Yeah.
can let duck go cold as well.
Yeah, it's actually really nice cold duck.
It's better cold if you ask me. In fact, we serve roast duck cold. Well, I say not cold, room temperature.
Yeah, room temperature.
Same as crispy, so seal yuck. So
Sorry,
crispy
no.
pork and char siu we eat at room temperature, not hot.
That fan lady just popped into my head then.
At fan.
Sitting outside, curly hair, posh, outside the weir.
Right.
Do you
Well,
not
the
remember?
dickhead.
And she said, this app fan is very cold.
Oh, yeah, stupid idiot.
Oh.
The rice is too warm and the duck is just cold.
The duck wasn't cold, you idiot. It was freshly cooked. And then,
Yeah.
Anyway, she couldn't grasp the concept that the dressing was the sauce that went on top was a
Was room
dressing and not a
temperature, yes.
not a hot sauce.
Yes, you obviously haven't experienced this kind of
Well, no, she
food.
reported us to fucking health and safety. I got an email from health and safety I explained to them the cooking process, and I said that the woman was just a fucking idiot, and I hope that she never comes back in.
That's like being annoyed that your salad's cold.
And I said, case and point, because she was actually said, this is dangerous because my rice is now cold. It wasn't cold because I probed it when she came in and I showed it to her face. And then I actually took a photo of that, which I did send to Health and Safety as well, so they knew I wasn't joking about. And I wish I didn't say this at the same time to her, but I wish I thought of it. And I did say to Health and Safety, I said, what about cold rice and sushi? It doesn't make sense. What about English people love a cold rice salad?
Yeah.
She just was an arsehole.
Yeah, she was a cunt. You can tell by the look of her face.
And the fact that she went and reported us for something that we weren't in the wrong. And I got a message back from them saying, yes, it sounds like this was a frivolous. What was it? What did they use? Frivolous.
Attack.
Something like that. No further communication will be required on this matter, or something like that, because I had the feeling she might, so I made sure I recorded the whole day, as in the whole day, but that situation that happened, because you can just tell sometimes when someone's going to be spiteful because they haven't got their way. I think her walking off and saying, I hope you fail, and I'm going to tell everyone about this.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago, and we're doing so much better. So, in your face.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Stupid cow.
I do enjoy it.
She's a moron.
Right, so this one from J. Will, right? I'm not sure if it's a question or a statement or I don't know what it is. Or maybe you've just copied and pasted it wrong. But it just said, I've not seen this in any of your recipes today. I may be wrong, but it looks so enticing in the Asian supermarkets.
So I've obviously copied and pasted that without
Sorry, Jay.
reading what context it is, but I think it was on...
Oh, is he commenting on like a video or something?
Oh, it was on a post where I was asking for questions. And it might have been... Hold on, I think I'll be able to find it. It might be on... Was that on the list I just sent over to you today?
Yeah.
So it will be on this one, I believe. Jay. A shout out to Jay, by the way. He's actually made the effort to come down and see us at some point.
What, he's been down?
Jay, yeah. He's
When?
got a photo with Mum.
When?
Not to 35A, last year down the weir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't remember him coming down to the restaurant.
I don't know where that is then, because it's not... The one I copy and pasted today was his XO sauce one.
Oh, maybe it's with that.
No, it's not. Maybe I think it might be on Chinese Takeaway Secrets Facebook group where I post but that's so long ago I'm never going to be able to find that.
Was he asking XO sauce, should I buy some and what should I do with it?
I think that's Jay. I think that's part of the same thing. Yeah, it was. I forgot to take the gap out. So that's fully my bad and thoroughly uninteresting podcasting there.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So that's all one thing, and I don't know what he's replying to because there's like a few dishes on the table in that one. So let me just get up what I posted.
Picture.
Yeah, pictured, posted. Hold on 1 second. Mum, would you like to fill the airtime with random story?
I can ask her how to use chopsticks and rice.
How do you chopstick and rice?
Yeah.
Oh.
The
rice. You mean the rice bowl?
Yeah, it just says how to use chopsticks and rice.
How do you chopstick on rice? What do you mean?
So, okay. Right.
We tend to scoop the rice into
our mouths.
Bring the rice bowl in. We scoop it in. But nowadays, people are a bit more etiquette, is it, or something like that. They go like that.
Pick it up grain by grain.
Yeah, it's just like eating rice with a fork.
I've never seen a Chinese person pick it up bit by bit.
No.
So we have the bowl in one hand, right? And then we have the chopsticks in the other. And we quite literally do that. But also, Chinese people invented the spoon for a reason as well, and that's to drink soup and eat rice.
Yeah.
So sometimes if you've got like a large bowl, you have the spoon in your left hand and your chopsticks in the right, and you spoon and...
Yes.
So that's...
So yeah,
So that's that. But
I don't know who asked that question.
So can you read the J question again now? I've realised he's asking about that. So he's gone, Exo sauce, should I buy it? I've not seen it on...
Oh, okay. Right. So, should he buy it or not?
So essentially, Exo sauce is a sauce that Coleman's made, and it's like a really fruity, almost a HP-ish kind of ketchup sauce. And it was used to make Exo sauce with. And if you like sort of Peking style, Cantonese style sort of sauces, it's a nice one to have. Yes, buy it. Try it out. There's a Exo sauce ribs recipe in the new cookbook coming out, which is only available at chinandchew.com. That should be here. It's looking like end of September, October now. So
Yeah. I think the Exo sauce tastes better than HP.
Yeah.
Yes.
It depends what it's in.
That XO sauce with that drumstick, it was really good.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that now.
that was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
That's when shorts and stuff started becoming a thing.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, we should do that, refresh it again.
Well, we did it as a short,
good.
but I didn't
Yeah.
understand what the short format was, so it didn't count as a short. It went up as a small video instead.
That was really good. I did enjoy that one.
It's warm.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you want a fan on?
No, it's all right. So,
Buy
yes, buy it.
Yeah. Definitely buy it.
Sold at chinandchew.com as well, by the way. If you
Yeah.
like to support us for the free content we get out there, just going over there helps us out.
Yeah.
Our postage is not that expensive, and our goods is very, very good price.
Very good price.
Yes.
Also, I don't mean this to sound like an advert or anything like that, but I recently dropped all prices on the store because we managed to get a better supplier for our packing stuff for our own products. So that meant that I passed the savings on to you guys. Because a lot of people think that we're just there to try and grab the money, but we're not.
No, we're bloody not.
Yeah. I wish I was that ruthless, but I'm just not. Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, buy it.
Yeah.
Support small businesses.
Thanks for that, Ma.
Thank you.
Right, next
Very
one.
much.
Sean Russell has a few questions.
Sup, Sean?
Hi, Sean.
Chinese food paired with whiskey. What types of food go with what types of whiskey?
That's a good question. I honestly don't really know. I know I'm a whiskey drinker. I can't drink alcohol and eat at the same time.
No, you normally we drink it after the food. You can't drink it together while you're eating the food, though.
Yeah, I have to drink something when I eat, but I can't have alcohol. Because to me, the alcohol itself, the actual alcohol, is so strong,
Yeah,
it dilutes the flavour in my mouth.
yeah, that's right.
Whereas when I drink water, sometimes it opens up the flavour. But, so I'd say like smoky whiskies, though, would pair very nicely with anything with black bean in. So you're talking
Earthy.
beef and black bean,
Oh,
yeah. Kung Po.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even maybe beef chow mein,
Yeah,
smoky would go
strong
quite well.
flavour,
Something
yeah.
yeah.
Strong flavour.
Yeah.
God, my English is going backward.
You're doing it right, well.
Yeah, it's not sounds like normal English now.
It hasn't really sounded like normal English ever, Mum. But
But it's getting worse.
I don't think it
I don't
is.
know
I think
what
it's in your head.
Mm.
I think it's just because you're more focused on it now because we're on camera a lot.
Oh, okay.
And alcohol.
Yeah, and alcohol. Doesn't help.
No influence of it at all.
No, obviously not.
Right. Number 2.
Yep.
Yeah. No matter how many times I try, my Singapore-style noodles come out soggy. What's the best way to remove as much moisture as possible once you've cooked them before stir-frying?
So if your noodles, well, you want to take this one?
No, you can, if your noodle is you overcook your rice noodle. Then is it egg noodle or
It's going to be rice noodles.
rice noodle? Your rice noodle is overcooked.
Yeah, or you're not. If you're using the Lucky Boat noodles that we suggest to use, the rice noodle ones, they're so forgiving because the rice that they use in there is so high quality that you can overcook those and you're not going to get sticky rice. Sticky rice noodles.
Yeah.
But if it's clumping, it normally means that you've cooked your noodles too much. So try cooking them for 30 seconds less next time. Make sure you thoroughly drain them. And what I often do is if I'm going to make vermicelli rice noodles or anything like that, I'll obviously run them under cold water after I've cooked them. Or normally I've just got hot water and I boil them in the hot water. That's not right. Soak them in the hot water. Drain them. Take them out, rinse them under cold water, and then I put them in the fridge for about 20, 30 minutes, and that draws loads of water out.
Yeah, it need to be quite dry, the rice noodle, even though you rehydrate it.
Yeah. Or what some people do is they'll put a little bit of oil on their hands and run it through the oil noodles before they fry it. That, to me, isn't lazy. That's the wrong word. Isn't like the best way of doing it, but it is a way of doing it.
Yeah. Or there's another one you could do it like cook it straight from the packet, put a lot of water in it and then let it simmer, but isn't it a bit of technique as well? You can do it that way.
So Howie's probably doing it anyway. What?
I'll show you what you can do next time then.
I've been cooking my noodles, but they always stick, and Mum's just gone, so what you can do is cook them.
I don't know I'm talking tonight. No. Too late.
Should we go on to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So his last question is, one of his daughters is veggie. What would you say are some good marinades for tofu?
Like you're velveting beef, essentially. So if you got, like, if I had a block of tofu like you get in the supermarkets, what's that, about 400 grams? No, it can't be that, but 200 grams.
200 grams, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd use 1 heaped teaspoon potato starch, probably 1 teaspoon dark soy, 1 teaspoon light soy, pinch of MSG, pinch of salt, 1/4 teaspoon. What's the word I'm looking for? Garlic powder. A pinch of white pepper, and a teaspoon of veg oil, and you've got a very nice marinade, which is very close to. It won't make it taste like not KFC, but yeah, it's very close to. It's as close to the meat as you're going to get because that's what's on the meat.
Yeah.
I hope that helps.
That was his last question.
Okay.
Right, so Jenny Hutchinson, it's quite a long one, so I'll probably have to read it a few times, but I've used a takeaway recently that seems to have very gloopy, shapeless meat that tastes very little. Is this potentially down to them using pre-poached meat or cost-cutting exercise where they are buying cheaper meat alternatives with added water? What's your thoughts on this? Is it ultimately contributing to the decline in people using takeaways due to profiteering, or the only way that takeaways can stay afloat in uncertain economic climate?
That's a really fucking good question. I've got my own take on this. Lydia, do you want to go first? Because I think you've got a take on it as well.
Do I?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we've talked about it before.
Have we?
Yeah.
No, you go first. It's okay. I don't need to talk. My English is not very good.
Oh, my Chinese is not very good.
Yes.
That
That as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you go on then.
Me?
Yeah,
go on.
you can explain it better than we could.
Note to everyone, I've been asked to speak.
Please.
So, essentially, it's without seeing the shape of it, because you say shapeless, it could be highly bicarbed, velveted poached chicken. So what they do is they cut it up into slices, then they'll either put loads of bicarb and soak the chicken in the bicarb water, drain it, and then poach it in water. They could even use egg white on that as well, which some places do. And a lot of people go, oh, it's not 100% chicken, or I don't like it because it's a bit slimy. But that's because it's got the egg coating on the outside, which gives it the texture that a lot of people do like. It's like, so when we have our takeaway, some people go, the chicken's not like how I like it. And what they're talking about is the kind of chicken you're describing there. People like it, and like that's just up to them.
You're literally dripping.
I know. So if you don't know, it's warm.
It's not that warm.
Yeah, I'm also very hungover from...
Yeah, it's quite warm today.
What was I going to say? So chicken. Essentially, chicken. Yeah, it could possibly be that they're using this like 60% meat chicken, but normally that looks square because it's pre-poached, or they poach it and then cut it up.
Some of them is raw, isn't it?
Some do cook it from raw.
70% they cook it from raw.
Yeah, but they will be doing that frying method. You know, the one I said there's loads of oil in the wok, and then cooking it from there. And then it's difficult without me saying to tell you what it is. I think there's a common misconception about the profiteering. Loads of people. Yes, we want to make money. Chinese people do want to make money. It's what we're about. It's like working hard. And
we love money.
Yeah, and being successful is part of our
culture.
Culture, yeah. But also, there's another part of like Western culture that assumes Chinese food should be cheap. So, like to get a really good chow mein, like the way we do it, where we use a locally sourced butcher, where we use good quality ingredients locally sourced in order to get that. So I make the same margin profit as anywhere else, like locally would, like a pub or anywhere else like that. For that chow mein, I would have to charge about £9 to £10. If I did that, I'd get fucking crucified and said I was trying to basically... I'm greedy. Whereas the pub down the road buys it, most of its stuff in, charges, well, to be honest, makes probably way more profit margin than we would on freshly made stuff, and no one fucking bats an eyelid.
Yeah.
So that's, by the way, whoever asked this question, this isn't aimed at you. It's your question's fantastic. It's brilliant. I really enjoyed it. But I'm just saying that...
Jenny.
Thank you, Jenny. I think there's a massive... And you can see it when people come into our place, don't they? Like they go, "Oh, how much?" And then
a bloke the other day was fucking analysing the menu for what felt like an hour. So he definitely took in the prices, and then once given the price, when he came to pay, he was like, "What?"
Yeah, how much?
And Quan literally had to go through each individual item with him, and he was like, "Oh." It's not like we were hiding it.
Yeah, if you go over to the pub next to us, have a steak and kidney pie, bought in, ping it in the microwave or the air fry, and the chips not even cut by themselves, bought in frozen by McCain or wherever, maybe not as good quality as McCain, and deep fry it and serve it with a few peas and $12.99. No one ever said, what?
No.
$12.99? Oh, it's okay. You know, that was it.
Well, today I went somewhere, I won't say where, £47 for 3 small breakfast dishes. So 2 poached eggs and muffin, and one was a hash brown with 2 poached eggs on it.
Yeah.
And 3 drinks.
Yeah. You would think
nearly £50.
$8.99 for
all
that.
Cold.
Yeah.
I didn't have the drink because it was disgusting. And the muffins were burnt.
Yeah. No one said anything.
No one gives a shit. The place was full. They were literally turning people away. It was so
Yes.
busy.
But if we mess
If that
up
was
slightly,
us.
Yeah. People will cry out. What? You know?
like the thing. There was a different story I was hoping Lydia would say, but there was this one time there was an adult weekend and there was 4 people who came in, and literally one guy was, how much? And he goes, and he just like, him and his mates were just like, blah, 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 blah.
What shit
And he went, oh, I'm not going to get anything, you know, because I'm just going to go back and, because I can eat anything, I'll just go back and just eat what bread we have left. His mates ordered, got their food, sat down, he literally looked at the food come over and came over with his head down and said, "Oh, I'll have a pad thai, please." And then actually came over to us and said how amazing it was. Like, but that's because there's a perception to people that Asian food should be cheap because it's going to taste cheap, where it makes it difficult for us who really know what we're doing and we put all the effort in and we spend hours doing what we love to make it difficult. And people,
and you don't mean just like an hour before work. It's literally like 6 a.m. before work and we start at 12.
Well, they begrudge us for making money, but we don't even make that much. Like, it's not, we're not even near well off, and we're quite big on fucking social media stuff. We're not making anywhere near what. So the other day I looked at something, and most people who have 150,000 subscribers on YouTube are making like 3-4 grand a month revenue from ads. We don't make that. We have what I don't get though is that we have more views than them, and they're making more. I just don't understand it. I don't know what's going on there. It's not an issue. YouTube, whatever, it is what it is. Maybe it's just the kind of people that watch us refuse to click on ads, or I don't know. But this is about clicking on the adverts at the end of the day.
Is it?
Yeah, which is fine. It's just like, so I personally have essentially 3 full-time jobs: an author, a warehouse manager, and a head chef. Like, literally. Anyway, that's my rant over.
A bit angry, eh?
No, it was, also, Jenny, thank you very much for the question.
Yeah,
None of that was aimed at you. I know you're not ignorant. You were just asking the question. I'm just getting angry at the people who... And the annoying thing is that even though I've said this, someone will just go, yeah, but they don't need to make that much money. Fuck off. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
could you
fuck
imagine
off.
all the hard work you do and someone goes, well, you don't really need to earn that much money, do you? Like, you wouldn't do that to anyone else.
No, but it's all right if it's us. Anyway, let's have a nicer question.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Egg. Ma?
Me?
That was Lembrem, by the way.
Oh, what's up, Lembrem? I hate you.
Hey,
Oh,
Lembrem.
is it? Oh, okay. Liam, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. You tell us then what came first.
He won't know.
Yeah, he won't know. That's why he's asking
That's
us.
us.
Oh, okay. I think... I don't know. You think it's the egg?
100% it was the egg.
The egg hatched the chicken.
Yeah, because the egg had to exist before the chicken. But then someone's going to go, well, where? Someone's going to say, so where did...
What
It's
laid the egg?
evolution.
Eggs existed before chickens did.
Yeah, evolution.
That's why the egg-
Something had to lay the egg.
Yeah, it would have been a reptile. It would have been the ancestor of the chicken.
Yeah, where'd the reptile come from?
The reptile come from the evolution.
Well, are you
from
saying
the
you don't
sea.
believe in evolution?
No, of course not.
You're an idiot.
I think I have to be the egg though.
You're not sure, are you?
What do you mean I'm not sure?
You're not sure if I'm joking or not.
No, I know you're joking.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think I have to be the egg though, isn't it?
Yeah, now I've explained it.
Yeah. Sorry, coughing on through
It's, all
the
right, it's a
microphone.
bit stuffy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit warm today. It's about
Do you want me to
23 degree.
The glee.
The glee.
23 degree out today.
10 TC. 23. Is it?
Yeah, it's about
It's a lovely
23
day
today. It's so hot.
So hot, an awful day to have a hangover like I have.
And it's very warm tonight. They're so still.
Yeah, the air is, that's what it is. The air is still.
still and it's warm. Look at that, leaves didn't even move.
I'm thinking, I want to do another podcast, by the way, on this channel.
Yes.
Actually, no,
Divert another thing.
I'll explain it after
Okay.
because I don't want it to interfere with the food content. Okay. Sorry, guys. That's a nice little cliffhanger for the end.
What?
No,
3-year-old chicken man?
Another question, yeah.
Jamie Dunk is asking, cooking in Chinese in a slow cooker, is it possible to do, obviously not the crispy stuff, but things like Chinese roast pork, chicken or curry?
Yeah, 100%. We used to, when I first opened my first takeaway, which was like 12 years ago now, we used to do Char Siu pulled pork, which is massive on the internet. It went big a couple of years ago, and people were going, have you seen this? Have you seen that? And I'm just like, oh, God, I've been doing that for years.
Yeah, we used to use a slow cooker, didn't we? Yeah, it was.
And then we
was
put
amazing.
it in baguettes.
Yes.
Baguettes and baps is what we used to do for lunchtime trade. And Yeah. So yes, you can essentially do anything, even noodles. So in a slow cooker, I like personally sort of doing like rice dishes, but the rice is going to be mushy and makes kind of like a soup. So you can do, for example, really nice beef and black beans. So what you do is you get braising steak, put it all in a slow cooker along with your veg. Well, put the veg in later on if you have the time, but you can put it in with the beef. Black bean, garlic, ginger, MSG, salt.
Oh, slow cook that chunk of beef would be lovely.
Yeah, well,
man.
yeah, exactly, yeah. MSG, salt, Char Siu rice wine. I'd probably throw in a star anise in there because I personally like that with the. No takeaway is going to do that, but I think it works really well with the black bean.
Yeah.
No restaurants actually do that. It's just something we like to do ourselves. Dark soy, light soy, no sugar. Don't add sugar. And then I throw in rice with it, and I'll put that to cook for 8 hours, and you'll get like this rich stew where the beef is literally tender as fuck. Disintegrate.
Yeah.
Disintegrated.
Yeah, loose.
No, it's loose, yeah. Soft.
Yeah. Yes.
Tender.
Yeah.
Can you make that?
Yeah. What I actually used to do was make that with brown rice, dish it up and freeze it, and when I was back into like training and stuff, I make that as my prep meals.
That's a nice story.
You asked me.
No, I didn't ask what you used to do with it. I just said, can you make it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, lovely.
But you can do that with everything. You can do the exact same thing with any sauce you want. Kung po, curry, Chinese curry, anything.
Curry's really good in the slow cooker, isn't it?
Yeah. Even sweet and sour.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Chicken on the bone, sweet and sour. That'd be lovely.
Yes.
So yes, you can.
Noodles, I tend to wouldn't do because rather than have a noodle soup thing, you'd just have
smush
a mush. Unless you're doing it on a high heat and you're going to let it sit for about 45 minutes, then you can put the noodles.
Yeah, put the noodle in before you want to serve your stew then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope that answers that question.
Should we do one more?
Yeah.
We might have enough time for two.
Well, I don't know. This one might take a while. Jane Jenkins would like to know, how do you hold a cheese and bean toastie in your hand without spilling it down you?
I hate baked beans, so that's not an issue I'm ever going to have.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo.
I hate them. It's the texture.
Cheese and beans. Just...
I like the sauce.
Yeah, you're weird like that. Just fucking eat the sauce. How do you...
Are you all right there,
Such
Mum?
effort.
Mum is just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Cheese and bean?
Toasty.
No, never had it.
Do you know what? We need to do a series on this of Choo tries.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Like quintessentially English things that you've never had.
No, cheese and beans, no.
No.
So that I think that'll be quite
That'll be
good.
one to add to the list. And then you'll find out how you hold a cheese and bean toastie without spilling it down you.
You mean the toast?
Toasty, like, so you get the toast, well, the bread, and then you put the cheese and bean in it, and then the bread, and then you toast it to make a toasty.
Oh, I see.
Like a cheese toasty.
Oh, yeah, you don't put too much cheese, don't put too much beans, and it will not spill.
I feel like people sit there and think, I've just been told off.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So there. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Just don't put that much in it.
Okay.
Or you could put 3 layers in it, cut a hole in the middle, so your spin will not spill out.
Or put
The spin will
put
spill.
3 slices of bread.
No, what?
No,
you'd have
3
to.
slices of bread. No, bread.
3 slices of lead.
Bread. What you have? You have 3 slices of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 on the top, 1 at the bottom. Are you going to toast it in a actually electric toaster or in a wok? Or in a frying pan?
I think let's go just in a toasty machine. You know,
toasting machine. Then you cannot. Then you cannot. No.
I hate those toasting machines, even though I love them, but I hate them. But as soon as you close them, it goes.
No, you cannot. Then
I love
But you
toasting
can
machine.
do it in a frying pan. You have 3, one at the bottom, one on the top, one in the middle. The one in the middle, you cut a hole in the center, get out all the white bit there. Then you put your tomato, not tomato, your baked beans and your cheese in it. Then you toast it. Make sure you seal the side though.
Yeah, I was
And
going to
then
say, what are you
not
going to seal the
spill-
side with? Egg?
Yeah, you can seal it the side with the egg. Yeah, then you toast it, or you can get it crimp it. Then your
Crimp it.
cheese and the bean will not spill out. Then try it.
Yeah, try it.
We can make the toasties with the crimp, like the actual crimpet.
Mm.
Have you seen that on the group?
No, what's crimpet?
It's basically the to make the jiaozi with.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what? People
make
use
it in
false
there.
teeth to do it.
Yeah.
What?
You what?
I mean, if they're doing that, that's mental. So how do you make your jiaozi? I use teeth. Right.
Wow. Well, that's a new one.
Mm.
So there you go. I bet
Yeah.
you're glad you asked that question.
Don't crimp your toast with teeth.
No. Right, do you want one more or?
Yeah, another one.
Okay, right, here we go. It's a more sort of related question. A question about slicing onions. Which is the best way to slice for stir frying? Do you do it from root to tip or across the belly, and why?
Mum, you go first.
It all depends on what your cooking is. If you slice it, what do you call it? You mean like straight
So across the belly,
across
or
the
from
belly?
root to root?
Root, you
Root
mean
to tip.
you mean like onion?
Tip, sorry.
So
If
but
you-
this is the onion.
Yeah.
This is across the belly.
Oh yeah.
Root to tip.
Or root to tips. If you cross your belly, you cut it. Your onion gets soft, and your sauce will go into it because of it's been dissected. If you go up like that, it can remain crispy.
Yeah. So essentially, us in takeaways, we always go root to tip, and that's to keep structure to the onion. It also gives you
The crunchiness.
the crunchiness, but also almost not raw, but just off raw flavour because it's not going to cook quick enough. If you go across, like Mum said, you're going to get more flavour of the onion. So if you want more flavour, you go across because that allows like any moisture or any sort of flavour to come actually out because you're going across the roots. Essentially, they're plants' versions of veins. And it's going to push that moisture out. And it's going to go into your food, which is going to have flavour, right? But if you want the texture, you go from root to tip. It's up to you what you do. When I'm at home, I prefer texture over onion flavour because if I want a onion flavour, I normally use shallots instead.
So with the onion, you do it from that to that,
So
But
root
not-
to tip,
but not across like that.
not across the belly, no.
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 Okay.
And for those at home who couldn't see that, that's why I explained it. I wasn't trying to be patronising. It was just
No, I'm just making sure. But is there any truth? Because it just made me think. Is there any truth to that whole? If you don't cut the root, I think it is, you don't get the cry eyes.
well.
No.
It does. I'll be honest. It takes longer to affect the eye.
Right.
It's one of the best things I've ever found is not breathe through my nose.
No, I did. I almost cut my finger off. I'm not breathing myself. A bit
Um,
fainted.
yeah, for me and Mum are really susceptible to the onion stuff. So
Yeah,
like
terrible.
we get people constantly give us tips, and we thank you very much for that. But we've tried everything. Like even the reason why I think the no breathing thing works is because when I wear goggles, my eyes still hurt. And then when I don't breathe through my nose, and I cut with just breathing through my mouth,
Yeah.
it takes longer to affect my eyes, but it still affects my eyes eventually. We could be under extraction, It doesn't matter what it is, I've tried every single one. I've worked in kitchens all my life. I've had thousands of chefs give me their ways of doing it. Not once has one ever worked, apart from the burnt matchstick. That works for a little bit as well.
What?
You burn the matchstick off and put it in your mouth like that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Quan is really good, isn't it?
Oh my God, yeah.
Doesn't affect her.
No, well, we were doing the spring onions in work. Me and Lek were like both like streaming, and she's just like half an hour later, still just like doesn't care.
Yeah.
And after 2 minutes, me and Lek were like proper full on crying.
Look, when I cut onions, my eyes are normally closed because I'm in so much pain.
Yeah.
I can't physically open them.
Yeah.
A new one that I've got is when you put the garlic in the frying pan. Not every time, but sometimes that makes me cry as well. It just goes
powerful. Yes.
Garlic doesn't get me. Spring onions get me.
Not the garlic puree, no.
No. Spring onions
That's
can
like
get me.
really getting me.
Sometimes when it's hot, the pan, you put it in and boom, like that. Yeah.
The boom.
It just like burns all up there.
No, I've never had that problem with garlic. No, never with garlic. With spring onions, yeah, but again, it's normally if they're old spring onions, same as old onions as well. The older the onion, the worse the eyeball pain.
Yes.
Yeah, it was quite a shock when I first started working down the weir and you were doing the onions and I looked over at you and you were crying and I was like, is your mum okay? Like, she's fully crying right now.
And then he looks over to me and I'm bawling my eyes out because it gets me even though I'm far away.
Oh my God.
This family's so emotionally in touch.
The poor onions. I just came from a normal household where you cut like half an onion and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So one more question, I reckon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If there is one more. I think
that's
that's a Wok Hei one. It was from
what, Tom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Your mum clearly believes in Wok Hei and is obvious that you don't, or at least not fully. I think some flavour comes from the smokiness achieved at super high temperature, and this seems easier to achieve on a wok burner than induction. I'm going to say I agree with Choo here, and that it does add another dimension to the dishes, and that it's harder to reach in domestic kitchens. Can you clear up any confusion around this for us, please, from Sir Tom?
Right, so I actually did reply to Tom because I didn't want people reading that. I did. That's the only time I've actually replied to someone who's left a. Not because I'm ignorant, it's because I want to reply via here on the TV, on the podcast.
So you're not on television yet?
No, not ever.
So clammy.
Yeah, I told you.
Well, you can get the Wok Hei in at home. Domestic.
No. Sorry. So I think that's the confusion, right? So he's seen you on videos, and you know when you've gone, oh yeah, the Wok Hei, right?
Mm.
Normally you've been joking because me and Mum, there's a joke between us. Like people think that you can't achieve it at home. That's I think where you're.
Is it a thing?
And you
though?
don't. Yes, it is, but it's not. Like so, what people who don't know who don't know. I'm going to say who don't know. I wasn't going to be so aggressive about this, but people who don't know and don't understand is that. Wok Hei, it does exist. It's a it's a thing. But what they do is because they don't understand what it is, they think the only way you can achieve that is on gas and in a wok. That's what I've always. And if you go back to my previous videos, I say you can achieve it in a fucking frying pan.
Does it apply to all food then? Because you technically do that with steak sometimes and things like that.
That's the Milnard reaction, but essentially, yeah. But different. That like Milnard reaction is where amino acids, sugars, and oils at high temperature change the chemical composition, which makes it taste better.
Yeah, that's Wok Hei.
That is Wok Hei, but Wok Hei.
Is it he or hey?
Hey, he depends what
it depends on what
dialect
you're
speaking.
speaking. Yeah.
It's because what Wok Hei is essentially
The gas.
Well, it is. I've always said it is easier. It's just you have to know your cooker and how to do it. It's essentially the vaporization of the oil with the other ingredients in the pan, which then touches everything else, which then gives you that Wok Hei flavor. I've never said that flavor isn't a thing. I might have said Wok Hei is not a thing, but I wasn't. In fact, I definitely have said that, but I'm not saying Wok Hei itself isn't a thing. I misspoke, and maybe I need to address that in a video actually. But it's, you don't need a wok and you don't need gas to do it. Yes, it's harder to do on an induction cooker or a gas hob, but you can still do it if you know what you're doing, because it's essentially chemistry.
Yeah.
So you just need heat, and you need to know. Well, you need patience essentially.
Yeah. It's like saying getting from A to B, A being Minehead, B being Taunton, is easier in a car, but it is also possible doing it by walking or cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's faster.
Take a bit longer.
Yeah.
And you can fully fucking do it on induction, because I get that char.
Yeah. Of course you can.
Yeah.
Like when we had the when we did our takeaways on induction. Yeah, okay. So I have had takeaways where I've had actual gas woks, and I've had takeaways where we use induction. The Wok Hei is there.
Yeah,
You know,
it
because
just takes a little, well,
just
sometimes
it does take time. It
take longer than with the.
Essentially, for me, when people go, you need this and that, it's just to me, all I hear is a bad workman blames their tools. Yeah, bad workman blames their tools. Where if you know your tools, you can get the flavour. Correct. It's easier if you've got a wok burner, 100%.
Yes.
But you don't need it. That's what I've always said. I have said I don't. Wok Hei isn't a thing, but
oh my god, that's scary. Fuck me. What? Sorry, I just saw shadows.
And then you just realised it's us in the camera.
No, I just realised it's your dad. But normally he just stays away for this amount of time, and
you look massive, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That shadow, look, wow.
Which
about a 6'5" people like
which actually brings me onto my next thing that I wanted to say earlier.
Yes.
What?
Is that I think we should do a paranormal podcast.
No.
Yeah.
Paranormal.
So we discuss things, not like we don't go out and we don't like, because like that was, you're going, what the fuck is that? And we're living in a day and age now where things are caught a lot on camera, and I think it'd be quite cool to I think to run these weird conspiracies and these weird sort of facts through Mum and have Mum's thoughts on it. I think that'd be quite funny. Also, I'm massively interested in it. People always go, I'm an open-minded skeptic, as in like people always say that I'm a skeptic, and I play devil's advocate a lot of the time just because I think it's fun to argue. And
you're scared of ghosts.
I am scared of ghosts, but I'm not scared of the fact I think they're dead people. I just think that my imagination runs away with me and it scares me.
Yeah.
Not that I actually believe in dead people, because I don't believe in the afterlife. So how can that be a person?
Well, anyway, but that's a good one for the next one.
It's a
so
podcast,
not next one, but I
wonder if ghosts like to eat food.
No, I've never had a ghost come into my. Oh fucking hell! Why did I say that out loud? Don't come into my kitchen. Anyway. So
something
I think
weird happened at work the other day. I'm not going to tell you about it.
No, don't tell me about it. So anyway, I think we should start. We're going to start a new podcast.
Well, let the people decide whether they want that. Do you think it's a good idea or not?
Okay.
I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, I know you will.
I think it'll be fun. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Anyone have anything else to say? No.
It's a really interesting one this week.
Yes.
Questions were really good, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And don't go away.
Oh my God, why do you always forget your catchphrase? Like every time.
Happy cooking, happy eating.
There we go. Also, you stole that from someone, didn't you?
What?
Happy cooking, happy eating.
Me?
Yeah.
No. Who said that?
Ken Holmes says happy cooking.
No. Did he?
Yeah.
I never really watch him.
Is it an Asian thing to say though? I was just wondering, is it an Asian thing to say happy cooking?
Did he do? Was he doing it before? Or did he?
Oh, way before, like 80s, 90s.
No, I only watch.
Oh, Ken Hom.
I only watch him once or twice. one time only. I didn't even know Ken Hong until in the 80s. We watched one of his video, and he was cooking the rice noodle.
Stop.
Yeah, only watched him once or twice. He never said happy cooking, happy eating.
No, he doesn't say happy cooking, happy eating. He says happy cooking.
Did he? I
does,
can't remember that.
Which is fine. You haven't stolen it. It's fine. You can't trademark that.
Yeah.
But especially the way you say it, it's different.
Yeah.
I just noticed. Actually, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
He hasn't said it recently, but in a 90s video, he did say happy cooking.
I never watched his video in the 90s.
But I haven't. The reason why is because we have the hashtag happy cooking, happy eating. But I put happy cooking, happy eating into Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of people who don't know who we are use it, and they're all Malay Chinese.
Oh.
So I'm wondering, is it a cultural thing, and you just don't know?
Maybe.
Maybe it's when I was there. Don't forget, I come over here over 40 odd now. When I was there, maybe it's not, but now maybe it's a thing.
Imagine if it's you.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. Anyway, on that piece of information.
Yeah.
Happy cooking, happy eating.
Right, take care, guys. Until the next time, and let us know if you want these to be shorter.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll still film and do the same. What's the word? Times, and we'll just film different outros for each bit.
Okay then.
So and then we'll just cut it up to like more manageable sections.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Comment.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, bye.